Hello, 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 and welcome back to the fantastic cube world of Galeal. Thank you for joining us once again as we follow the intrepid adventures of our heroes on the Tudor saga. Starting with our cutscene, you see an overview of the city, Starkeep on top of a hill, and the city gently sloping away from it, the concentric rings that make up the massive walls surrounding it in stages. You can see the road that heads pretty much directly west from the city through the farmland and goes over to the river. There's a bridge over the river, and Gamor feels at home as we kind of hover over the western woods. Well, what Bruni would call the western woods that Gamor used to call home. And we see the dragon flying in and a cave in a mountain in that forest where it lights and seems to disappear within. And then snap back to reality, and we will allow Bruni to take us through our recap.
Right, okay. So, we started off in the casino with Bruni and Demore, where Bruni overheard that an old work colleague, a Minotaur called Killamore, was going to be competing in the arena that night at 8 o'clock. Demore also seemed to recognize one of the card games being played in the casino, but decided not to elaborate on what he saw. Upon returning to the roost, we asked Arnie for Get Me Not to wake us up at 7:30, so that we can get to the arena with plenty of time to spare, but we ended up getting woken up at like 6, 6:30, to thudding on the roof, and upon coming outside, finding panicking people, we find more of the mutilated corpses that turned out to be kobold corpses have fallen from the sky, mostly around the roost. Crocus, upon smelling fresh meat, goes to grab a limb, which comes off far too easily, and Crocus gets told to drop it, and then upon investigating, there's a black, unnatural ichor that coming out of the marrow of the bone, and it just smells horrible and unnatural. Bruni collects a bottle and is thoroughly sickened by the substance. Bruni takes a bath, and then Demore goes down to the apothecary called Old Cannock, old grizzled man who, upon eventually seeing the substance, identifies it as possibly being a mythical substance called the Taint, that sickens and spreads and contaminates creatures. Upon hearing that, the party goes to the church and in the inner city, bribes the guards to get in to get a blessing, and we buy some holy symbols of protection for ourselves as well. And after buying the amulets upon exiting, Reverend Hauser suddenly appears back, the one that disappeared in the wedding. And they're surrounded by clergymen going, where have you been? How are you? Are you safe? Are you, what happened? Etc. And Bruni tried to be heard, tried to be seen, and eventually had to just shout, "Do you know where the princess is?" And she got told off a little bit, do you know who you're speaking to? And had to sort of eat a little bit of guff, but eventually got some answers. The Reverend stated that her memory goes blank and that she woke up in the woods carried by the dragon Sithrax. Stated that Demore's village got destroyed by Sithrax in the west. Did she wake up in the forest in the west? And she goes, no, she woke up in the forest to the east. Bruni advised the Reverend of the bodies that have been falling from the sky, and the ichor, and the marrow, and the threat of the taint, which the Reverend laughed off, and stated not to believe in such fairy tales and fables, and Bruni detected something off about the Reverend's demeanour, and just wished her well and bowed and allowed Reverend to walk away before deciding to quickly report to Micah. Upon reporting to Micah, we told Micah about Taint and also told him that we believe that she may not be who she is due to the fact that there's something off about her. And Micah said it's interesting, and it'll be interesting to see if the Reverend is still there in about an hour. We gave Micah a sample of the taint and taint to study, and put a small amount in a mortar or crucible so that Damore could try to put some acid in the taint, which he did perfectly without any splashes, due to being so very concentrated because Micah threatened him if he got any acid on the books that it was not spoken, but it seemed to be a threat of life, and Damore was very, very careful and got just perfectly acid into bowl. No splashes. And we're left waiting to find out how acid reacts with taint.
So everybody give me a perception check.
Acidic taint.
Perception.
Perception check.
Perception.
Oh. Hey, we rolled the same perception.
All right. Not too shabby. Oh, hey, there you go, Damore. All right. So
What'd you roll? You rolled a 4. I rolled a 4.
when I start talking, everyone give me another perception.
Okay.
So
Wait.
Damore shoots the acid into the air, and it settles perfectly, filling up this little cup on the ground. I don't know whether it's technically called the mortar or the pestle, but it's one of them. And the little black, foul-smelling goo is at the bottom of it. The acid shoots in and fills it perfectly without having any spill off the sides. And it just sits there for a moment. And then
31.
after a few seconds, it starts to bubble. And it starts to shake. And Damore, you... Oh, wait, no. Who blew that up? That was
Me.
Rosare, right?
I got
All right.
29 plus 2.
Rosare, you hear a snap. And notice, nobody else notices, but you notice Micah seems to disappear. And the cup starts to kind of swirl around on the ground, and then starts to fall over, but no liquid comes out. Instead, you also, Rosare, Damore, are the first one to notice, it looks almost like rat, but a sickly green kind of phosphorescent type of color of the same as the acid, only kind of glowing, kind of crawls out of the cup, and it looks almost like rat shaped too, except it's got one leg that seems almost human, and two massive fucking tentacles. At least massive in relation to its body size. It just seems completely malformed and disgusting, and it crawls out of the cup, and it kind of looks around for a minute.
Now, did you say a rat?
It's rat
Rat-looking
size
thing.
and kind of
Okay.
rat looking. It is definitively not a rat. It's got a kind of gaunt humanoid face, and you will actually have a visual of it here in just a moment, as soon as I
What
can
the
get to it.
hell? Can I undo my perception check? I don't want to see this. It sounds worse than the head inside the chest cavity creature things.
Oh, interesting.
All right.
What the hell?
That is the thing that you are looking at.
That's pretty disgusting.
Although you actually haven't seen its tongue yet.
And it's rat sized.
It is, yes, rat sized. And it comes out. I don't have dice. Give me 1 second. Fucking DM without dice. What the hell are you doing, Rick? Fuck.
What? That's not cool, bro.
That turns towards Bruni
Oh gosh.
and leaps. Everybody roll initiative.
Oh shit. Okay.
Initiative.
Sorry, I need to
It's not
start the
letting me.
encounter first.
Yeah.
Not bad.
I pray to my great serpent, give me the role I require. You failed me. That was terrible. What you eating? Hmm? What you eating? Oh,
More, what's your AC and max HP, please?
My AC and max HP.
what would you like to know?
AC is 18 and max HP is 40.
Okay, it's not,
Thank
not
you.
terrible. It's not bad for a caster.
Not at all.
I think you
It's not-
rolled.
it's not white snake.
13.
You know, it's up there.
Zash rolled 18.
Yeah, Zash, what did you roll? You rolled good.
Ray rolled 6.
You rolled good.
Yeah.
Bruni rolled 16.
Bruni rolled good. I rolled shit. Everyone rolled good but me.
Thanks for taking the juju and letting us get some good hits.
That's about the initiative I rolled last combat, but I did kill a lot of people last combat.
That's
Yeah.
that's all that
Plus,
matters
you
in
got-
the end.
You got the perception check,
Yeah.
which I'm guessing will give you some sort of bonus in a moment.
I'd still rather blow up an initiative rather than perception.
Fair.
I'd rather blow up on an attack rather than any of those.
Meh.
Really.
I'd rather blow up a healing than attack.
Or true.
Healing
True.
is just not the best in this one.
But
Buddy,
I
why
don't
are you
have any
doing this,
healing,
man?
so-
So he's running into the kitchen. He's grabbing a couple pieces of the kibble out of the bowl, and then he runs all the way here into the bedroom, lays them down on the floor, and sits there and eats them, and then runs back to the kitchen, gets another couple pieces of kibble, runs in here because he wants to eat beside me.
That's adorable for one. And two, I'm guessing that's like basically the dog version of like us going and buying nuts still in the shell so that we get the joy of cracking them open to eat them, despite the fact that you can buy them already pre-shelled.
He's the crazy little dog.
Hmm.
You're so silly. You're so silly.
Dun, dun, dun.
You're so silly. Oh gosh. Well, you just jumped at me. You just jumped at me. What you doing? Oh, I know. I love you too. You're so cute.
All right, Charn, go ahead and read
Yeah.
the tongue lash that I just linked in the chat. Go ahead and describe what just happened.
In the chat, which chat?
Oh yeah, it's in the game chat.
In-game chat. It's linked in Foundry.
It says
Oh, jeez.
it says hidden.
Okay, so
It says hidden.
Yeah, it says
so
hidden for me too.
I think for
Okay.
me it's not. So I think or I think I can see.
Well, how about you read it?
If
and
you
just-
can pull it up, then you go ahead and read it.
So tongue lash. I'm seeing
Yep.
No, there's like question marks though, like 18.
Oh, okay, you can't
18.
see it. All right.
And then I see green tongue rat 1d2.
Yeah, don't worry about all that. It's all good. Okay, so the creature leaps towards you, Bruni, and a vile, tentacular tongue escapes from the gaping maw of the minuscule being, striking out with an uncanny quickness to a length that seems incomprehensible given the size of its body. Bathed in the same sickly,
Leave it alone.
slightly phosphorescent greenish yellow as the rest of the obviously unnatural creature, and covered in darker circles intermittently along its length. The tongue streaks out with a purpose and seems to pass into your body almost entirely unfelt until it finds purchase on something deep inside your torso, which seems to shift as the tongue encompasses it. Just before the situation fully registers and your training takes over, the being tips its head back and the tongue starts to retract back into its mouth like a loosened measuring tape. Blood and bile spatter across the floor, tracing the path from the hole in your stomach to the creature's mouth, at the end of which just vacated your personal space is finally enclosed within, along with the significant chunk of pure black matter which just came out of you. The tongue itself did 0 damage, but the hole caused by the sickly black matter ripping out of your body caused 6.
6 damage. Okay.
So the taint that was in her got ripped out.
Roll something.
Well, let's see. Hold on. Let me think.
Healing,
what that would be.
maybe?
I've got like anatomy.
I'll give you medicine, nature, occult, arcana.
I'll do medicine. Well, I mean, a lot of it's going to be all the same. I'll do medicine. Come on, baby.
I'll do. Can I do nature?
16.
Sure. What was your question, Chris?
Was it the taint this thing ripped out? Because I would assume I would
You think
know
that's a
it don't-
logical assumption?
because I would know what an organ looked like, right?
Yeah, no, it doesn't look like something natural. It looks like very similar to the substance that you have already been dealing with.
Okay. Yeah, she rolled the same, so she probably think the same.
Yeah,
What am I supposed to be rolling now?
I do have.
you don't
anatomy
need to roll
too.
anything.
Okay.
Now it is Zash.
I have a trained lore skill anatomy.
Okay,
too.
so I see this green tongue
Bruni, you're on deck.
monster thing, and it just absolutely
It's actually there. Sorry. Right,
sorry, it absolutely lashed into Bruni. I'm going to view this as immediately hostile, as I think everybody should. And I'm going to try to cut this thing in half with my greatsword.
Same wise. All right. So you're gonna step up and swing.
Yep.
Swing.
Alrighty, go for it. Roll your attack.
Hold on. Let me do the thing here really quick. Because I do have 2 actions left.
I would argue that you probably weren't effectively wielding your sword. You probably have to adjust your grip on it to two-handed to swing.
Okay. That does
It's
make
not
sense.
like you were standing in the library, at
Right.
the ready.
Ready to
That's
Omni
true.
Slash.
That's true. All right, so we'll just do one action for now then, and we will just
Well, what was his perception to?
You know
the
what?
first
That is
one
a
was
good question.
the first one was pretty low. The second one was a 21.
Okay, you know what? No, fuck it. I'll give you the reaction to have wielded it with a 21.
Alright.
Anyone else whose second perception was 20 or higher, you can have taken a reaction to like make sure that you're armed and ready.
Let's see, what was mine? Mine was not. Oh no, that was my initiative. Oh, I blew up the second one. Yeah, my second one was like 31. So all
Okay, yeah. So you've got your scimitar out and ready as well.
Yeah.
right, let me make
And
sure that's
so
all in.
if I've got 2, then I'll do slam down.
Okay.
So it's a melee strike. If it hits and deals damage, then I can attempt an athletics to trip and make it prone. I know that it's already
Okay.
kind of small, but prone is
Prone is prone. Go for it.
prone is prone.
Let's see what you got, motherfucker.
That misses
Oh,
even
dang.
on a 21.
You step up and you have your freshly tightened grip on your sword, and you swing with a mighty heave, and the thing is just so small that you don't even come close to picking off non-existent hair on its obviously bald body.
Damn. Okay. Well, I guess that's gonna be my turn then.
Alrighty, Bruni, you are
Alrighty.
up.
I might be like, oh, jeez, oh, fuck, what? Wait! Don't attack it! Don't attack it! I think it took the taint out. It fucking hurt. Jesus. Well, whatever the equivalent of solace on a cracker. But I think it took the taint out, and I'll basically just back up and go, maybe let it do its thing, and then we can deal with it.
Okay.
Up to you guys, but I'll attack if you want after everyone's been cleansed of the taint. But it seems to do its job. But how? And I might. I don't have trained medicine, but could I do like, I don't know, something to staunch sort of bleeding and maybe get like a single HP back?
Not in a single round in combat, unless you have the combat medic feat, which I don't think you do. Medicine checks take you 10 minutes.
Yeah.
It's something you can definitely do out of combat. You're not actually like bleeding. There's no precision damage or anything like that. Sorry, not precision, but persistent. It's just kind of something got pulled out of you.
Yeah. I'll just like hold my stomach and
Kinky.
and back up.
Oh.
Chris, check in-game chat.
I did. I took care of
Okay.
it.
All right.
And I'll also ready my crossbow on the instance that this thing goes up nuts.
Okay. When you attempt to move that second hex, you notice that the kind of see-through, semi-translucent barrier that you are familiar with Micah setting up around you guys to speak in private seems to be a little bit more physical, and you can't actually step through it. You also notice that Micah is not in the area with you anymore.
Well,
Huh.
we can see through the barrier, though, right?
You can still see through it, and it looks like the library around as normal. Give
Do
me
we see
just a
anybody
moment.
else?
Wait,
But Mike has made the barrier solid and fucked off.
Because like Micah wasn't.
Protect his.
That's why Micah put up the barrier so we could talk, is because there was other people in the library, right?
Yeah, but it was just a silencing thing. It wasn't
Right.
a physical thing.
So I'm just wondering, do we still see anybody?
You don't see anybody. Let's see it. It's a circle.
that's weird. Also,
So
I do
everyone that
appreciate.
was just in the library is just gone, including Micah.
I don't know how much I like
Were
this.
there people in the library
This-
outside of Micah?
That pinkish, yes, there's always people in the library. That
Yeah.
pinkish circle is the extent of the area around you. Y'all already knew it was there. I just didn't highlight it until.
Right. Okay. Huh. Okay. And now everyone's just poofed. Or we just can't see
Micah
them.
did an emergency. Micah did an emergency evacuation. It seems.
He pulled the fucking fire alarm.
Yep.
Okay.
The creature takes a step away from Zash and his enormous fucking sword, and that tongue lashes out. At Rosare.
Okay. Jesus Christ.
That's a lot of dice.
You take 2 damage as the tongue rips through your flesh, and then another 2 as the lump of paint that it was within you is also ripped out. And the creature seems to be invigorated as it consumes that which just came out of you.
Yeah, that's not the first time I've heard that.
Eh,
It's getting stronger. That's not a good sign. I don't think we should let do more of that. Because the first hit was weaker than this. I don't know
Well,
if
it's
you've
not
noticed.
like I
sorry,
bent over
that
and
was
let it
6.
do it.
6 of it being ripped out. And Bruni, that was actually 10. I totally didn't even look at the pluses. No, it was 18. All right,
What?
so
Wait. So
So yeah.
what?
So yeah, damage increasing. That's kind of what I'm saying. It's like more damage, right? So let's not let it get too much of this stuff.
Well, I'm not
Um,
letting it. I haven't had a turn.
Sure. Okay.
So how much did I take? 6?
18. It sounds like.
8? No.
no, 18 was
No.
Bruni, which I already gave you 6, so that's 12.
18 was me, so 10, 14.
It is 10 for Rosare. And I got it. I will fix them both.
So I'm at 44.
I should be down to 26. Okay, done.
All right, you got that. All right. More you are up, Rosare, you are on deck.
Okay.
Oh, and it does take another step, then comes up against that barrier.
Hmm.
All right. Are we hitting this thing with everything we got, or are we gonna let it do its thing some more? What?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Yes to which one?
Yeah.
because there's opposites.
I'm just wondering if it'll still attack us if we don't have any of the black stuff in us.
I don't. I
Oh,
I don't know.
That's the thing. Mm-mm.
it might turn into a demon after it eats enough. I don't know. I don't know what kind of demon seed it has inside of it. I don't know if it's gonna
Scares
turn
me is
into a
the fact that
demon
it's
lord.
getting stronger and doing more damage. Right? It's like every suck it gets, it's getting more powerful and doing more
Well,
damage to friends.
it's eating, but it's also getting rid of the taint in us, ergo possibly helping us in the long run. Like,
Yes.
Yeah, but how much
Okay.
is it going to help us before it becomes so strong that we're going to die regardless?
Yeah, that it's
Guys,
not
we do
gonna
not
help
have
because we're
time for a
actually
full
eating.
conversation in the middle of a 6-second round. What are we doing?
yep.
Right.
I'm on deck. I don't know.
Hit, not hit. That's pretty much what I'm asking. It's like, do I hit it or I don't hit it?
All right,
Up
so
to
we'll
you.
use
What do you
one
think the
action
character
for
would do?
asking.
Is he
What
just
do you think your
asking?
character would do?
Yeah, that's how I normally play these things. I just do what my character. I think my character would do.
The thing looks clearly unnatural. As a plant being, I would say that you have an aversion to the existence of this thing. It's probably something that's just unnaturally unsettling to you. It's not even a conscious thing. It's just you have an aversion to it being in this world.
Yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna cast.
That is the most DM thing he could have said for you to whip ass.
All right, so now I've got like 3. Okay. Roll damage, save DC 18, basic reflex.
Yep, 26 success by +8.
Okay, so you're good there, and then I roll. So you succeed. So you miss it basically, right?
No, so I take oh, and it's anyone in the area. Okay. Bells forth a swarm of magical vermin. You evoke and shape the creatures from your own imagination, allowing you to change the appearances of the creatures, typically a mist of centipedes, roaches, wasps, and worms. But this doesn't change the effect of the spell. The vermin swarm over anyone in the area. Go ahead and explode your marks.
Yeah, he just doesn't become sickened. He still takes the damage though.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if it was half damage or
It doesn't say
full,
that.
but no, it looks like it's full.
Yeah, rules is written. It.
Yeah,
You gotta
so
blow
you're
up one of your
good.
die. He had an 8, so he has to roll an 8 again. Roll
Yep,
roll an
that's why
extra
I
8.
said blow up your max.
Sorry, what?
Roll another D8?
blow up your max.
Yeah, down there at the bottom,
Yeah.
right hand side, click on D8 and roll an extra D8.
D8 and
Then
roll.
press enter. Yep. There you go. That's nice. That's 17, man. And you vomited all over this thing.
Yeah.
He's still doing the kibble one at a time. You're so crazy.
Trying to think of what that horror movie is where like the evil dude just the Mummy, where he opens the mouth and the swarm just
Yeah, sure. Something like that. Something like that.
I'm now
That
thinking
was
that
halfway terrifying.
Wow. So thing, okay.
Rosaria is now thinking that the creature and the dryad thing are both unsettling. And he
It
does
also-
not know who to attack. I might flip a coin.
All right, so describe your bugs, sir. And the tone starts with you. You can still do it so that it doesn't hit the party members, but just so you know where you've got it placed is not how that works.
I see them as these beetles, eating whatever flesh this creature has. So
Carrion.
flesh eating beetles, basically, is how I imagine them.
So scarabs.
Alrighty, so
Scarabs, scarabs, yeah, basically.
you begin waving your hands back and forth and mumbling some somewhat magical gobbledygook, and all of a sudden, as just flowing out of your hands, almost like a waterfall of beetles, just kind of hit the floor with a sickening just
Chittering sound, scurrying towards.
and just falling on their backs and then flipping over and crawling over to this thing, and you see them just kind of swarm all around it, push it up against the kind of magical bubble there, and just completely cover the thing. And they're just gnawing away at it with their pinchers, and they don't actually seem to be doing much of anything. There's not really so much flesh for them to actually gnaw at, but it does seem to be causing this creature some kind of pain. And it doesn't really seem to be much worse for the wear when they start to dissipate, but it. Oh, it's a concentrate, so
It's
you
a
can actually hold on
concentration
to it.
spell.
Okay,
Yeah, he can hold on to
Uh,
that. Sorry.
So yeah, can you move that? Maybe I can.
I'd get rid of the cone because isn't it just in a shape? Like he could make the scarab beetles in a big shape of
There we go.
an
No, because
octopus
that
if he
is
wanted to.
no, that is the entire point of it being a cone, is that it's a cone.
Oh,
He changes the shapes of the creatures, so he can basically make it look like what he wants, but
okay.
the cone itself is actually set.
Well, good thing
And
Zash wasn't a little bit
that's
farther.
There's no. Oh yeah, 30-foot cone. Never mind.
the creatures start spreading out as they don't have enough room to actually continue forward, and they start to fill up the room. So Zash and Gamor, you're not going to take the ill effects of the damage this turn, but you are within the swarm as it kind of overflows.
Oh.
Okay. This is not. All right, bad.
I hope Zash has a ranged weapon.
I do not. This character was not built for range in mind.
Demore, you do have
You got a dagger, don't you?
one action left.
I could throw a dagger, I guess.
Yeah.
Then I'm just gonna step back
Okay.
another step there out of the swarm.
Probably a
and
good idea.
And I recommend you do the same. Just get out. Sorry for the collateral damage here.
Rosare, you are up. Zash, you are on deck.
Okay, question. This is if I wanted to cast something that says it shoots in a straight line, if I do this, would this hit Zash or would it miss him?
I would say since you're right next to him, you can probably aim around him without a problem.
Okay, perfect. That's what I wanted to hear. So I'm going to cast, and I'm going to spend all 3 actions on it, so I can do the 2-round bit on it.
All right, let me read. Give me a moment.
Yep. It's like a Kamehameha.
Using 3 actions means it's 120 feet long.
Yeah, and it says if I decide to empower it for a second turn next time with all 3 actions, that it does other stuff as well. So I'm doing that to do that.
Say, you saw what just happened when a 50-foot or 15-foot cone was used inside this small circle. Are you
It's a magic-
casting a spell
it's-
that has a 120-foot line of effect?
It's a magical barrier, my dude.
Well, it's a ray of radiance, or a line of radiance.
Okay, so yes, you are. All right, go ahead and roll it.
Yep, I'm doing this. All right.
Hell
I'm
yeah.
just hoping that it'll create a hotspot on the barrier, like heating up like
Maybe.
a tin
Okay, no.
can.
Do not chew that. No. Stop. Okay, sorry.
I just hope that it doesn't bounce around like a ricocheting bullet.
Right. And I do believe
does he roll?
if you're
Yep.
using the 2 round that you do declare that when casting is the way that I read it. So it means that you are already using your next turn for it, and we'll roll that when that comes up.
Okay, well let me reset it because yeah. So I can get the because my box changed when I click. Okay, so I'm doing that. Okay, there we go. So
I
you
don't
gotta
want to
roll-
know about what happens when you click on your box, sir.
Yep. Okay, so you have to roll a DC 19 reflex save,
Yep, I'm working on it.
and then that's just to see if you're okay. Well, you
That's
succeeded
good.
on. You're not blinded. Okay, so roll damage. Oh my,
Okay, so
that's
how many of those blew up?
2. Oh, okay. This is crazy. All right, do it again. Oh my god!
Why did you roll 8d4?
That's what the thing did.
Uh,
I just clicked damage.
no, it's 4d4 at first, and then it increases by 4d4 on turn 2.
Well, I clicked the one that says where you declare that you're doing it for 2 rounds, and that is what it did when I clicked roll damage.
Weird.
Okay, so that says if you spend 3 actions casting the spell, you can avoid finishing the spell and spend another 3 actions on your next turn to empower the spell even further. Okay, so
Okay.
that damage doesn't happen until next turn.
Right.
So nothing happens this turn?
No,
Like,
because you don't
there's-
finish the spell. You're basically you're charging the Kamehameha,
Charging it up.
so
Yeah.
nothing happens yet. That being said, you rolled really well, so we're going to keep your rolls for next turn. That's 29, 33, 36. So remember that 36.
Hold on, I'm reading.
36? That's ridiculous.
Especially on a fucking critical save.
For
Like,
sure.
this does not seem like properly balanced.
It's not. Like,
Well, 36, that's what, 15, 18
Uh,
damage per turn.
because the critical failure is only if you're blinded. It doesn't
Yeah.
state anything about whether or
Yeah.
not you have to roll to hit.
Yeah, the save is just for being blinded or not.
If he's doing it over 2 turns, that's basically 18 hits.
Yes.
Yeah.
Reflex. Yeah, so I think that the save, because fail gives you full damage, save is half. F2E reflex save. Let's just look up Pathfinder rules so that I'm not getting D&D mixed in. Okay.
Must have took the
Reflex save
reflex
result.
save.
Blah, blah, blah.
Critical failure, they are blinded. The number of actions you spend on casting the spell determines the area. It doesn't.
Okay, yeah.
say.
Sometimes you'll be called on to attempt a basic saving throw. Critical success, you take no damage. Success, you take half damage. Failure, you take full damage. Critical failure, you take double damage.
But the save wasn't for damage; it was just for blinding.
Does it say? Yeah, creatures in the area must attempt a basic reflex save. Basic reflex save means exactly that. That it's no damage, half damage, full damage, double damage. And then as an additional effect on a crit failure, it's also blinds you.
Also blinded. Okay.
Okay, so it's not gonna take damage from this either way. However, if he's holding it and the spell hasn't actually fired,
The reflex save would also not have happened yet because it wouldn't have had to save against anything. So just like we would hold the damage until the next turn, we would also hold the reflex save because that was just my mistake for falling for the rolls right now.
So I mean,
Yeah.
we can re-roll both next turn.
Yeah, now that you know that you got an awesome roll and it doesn't matter.
Well, I mean,
I will allow you to, with the advent of the new information, to cast the spell this turn and not hold it over till next turn. So it's up to you with the things that you now know if you want to do that.
so does that mean that the reflex save gets re-rolled as well, or no?
If you want to, no, you can either the rolls are the rolls. You can do your next turn as well, or you can not continue into the next test, even though you're making that decision based on information that neither of us would have yet.
right?
Even if he were to re-roll, I would still take it and do not go forth because he had a +11 on his reflex rolls.
All right, then I won't continue. Then, yeah, that damage would have been
Okay, so
different.
you're still gonna do the 3 action though.
Well, I can't
Alright,
take
so-
that back. can
Yeah,
I?
so it's the 3 action one. You launch it. We're gonna take your
It'll be 4d.
4 twos, your lowest damage. We'll drop those because those additional 4 wouldn't have been rolled, so it'll be -8, which is 28 damage. He dodged it. I need a line to it.
Well, does he still take half?
No, it was a critical success.
Oh,
So that's 20.
Can we say that some of the bugs have died so that when they grow
10,
in the next...
oh
15,
yeah. Did I
20. 25 is 45.
Did I? Does the beam kill the bugs in the rats or in the pestilence or whatever is spreading,
The scarab beetles.
or do they have to roll a save?
25, 10, 15, 20, 25 is 70. 10, 15, 20, 25 is 95.
Oh, it's done. It's doing a ricochet. It's
120.
doing a ricochet. Oh, fuck. I was hoping it'd just heat up the barrier or something. Create a
Because it's supposed to
ghost
be
on a hot
light.
hand. But it's doing a bounce.
If the beam crosses your path, I need a reflex save, please.
I don't see the path.
Oh.
Sorry, you might need to redraw that, Rick.
So, did you do the same thing ish that I was doing, where like, so it's here, and then it goes across, or does it deflect off down this way?
No, why is it not?
Use the control button.
Which one? Open this.
Would it be that
Oh, it's gonna make like
or that?
several lines. Oh, that's you.
Yeah, it's me.
Yeah, clear them out real quick, and I'll show you.
Now, how do I undo that?
Just
Delete.
right click instead of left. Oh, we don't actually see you drawing a line.
No, I know. I'm working on it.
Oh, okay.
How are you getting the fucking line
Measure-
tool?
Measure
was working for you.
distance. So the distance tool. And then I just left click the distance tool, and then you left click your start point. Hold control, and then you click again, and then yeah. Okay, so there's one there.
I don't have the. It's not giving me the distance tool. It's giving me a fucking ray tool, which is not the same thing.
Oh,
Well, you can just tell me yay or
Oh,
nay. I could be like,
you're in the measurement controls.
is it that?
Go to token controls and then do measure distance is what we're doing.
Oh, there we go.
Hold control. Yeah, there you go.
Oh God.
What?
So basically everybody. Okay, all right. so everybody then.
Jesus.
You're just drawing a star.
Well, that's generally how ricochets work.
So I need to make a save for sure.
$20, 45, 70, 95, 110. Yeah, it wouldn't make another ricochet after this one.
No.
Right. So I for sure need to make one.
So, are a lot of the beetles taken care of?
Where they were directly hit by the impact, there are a couple that are dead, not enough to actually affect the spell itself, but maybe to slow some of the spread.
Because it don't really mention like how big, like wide the beam is. It just says a line.
And the save DC is 19, right?
Yes.
Yes.
So 19 reflex.
Oh, fuck.
Well, Zash, I healed you last time. It's only fair that I kill you this.
So I need to roll a reflex save. Is that?
Yes, please.
Yeah, but he's so small. Wouldn't it just bounce over his head?
I'm gonna give you advantage on this reflex save, actually.
Because
Yeah.
he's like what, 3 foot tall
Yeah.
and
How-
considered
how do I
small or tiny?
Find that.
Dude, I needed to just roll a 9 or higher, and I could not do that.
Well, you're not.
That-
Well, you didn't crit fail, so you're not blinded. You
I'm still
bring up your
taking 28 damage.
bring up your character sheet, and on the first
Yeah.
page, down at the bottom, there's Fortitude, Reflex, Will. There's like the little dice beside your plus.
Reflex fortitude, reflex will. Yes, I see them. Yeah.
Yeah, click on the dice under Reflex.
Under reflex. Oh, okay. Cool.
Jesus. That
And
fucking
click
hurt.
when the other window comes up, click take the higher of the two button, because there should be a way to roll it at advantage.
Yeah, there's a checkbox for keep higher. Just
Yeah,
hit
keep
that
higher.
and you'll automatically.
Technically, the beam crossed my path twice.
Keep higher. Okay.
Well,
Yeah, you and Demore technically got crossed twice, but I'm not hitting you twice with it. It's cool.
Okay.
Makes sense as it would knock us the. That's ridiculous.
Right, and Rosare.
So
did it hit me?
Yep.
Everybody.
Huh?
Not everybody. Bruni was not hit.
I was gonna say I think Bruni was the only one that was out of the star.
I didn't really see it hit me. But okay.
And I don't think that shield would matter in this case because it. I mean, it would, but not really. Like, because it's not like it's an AC thing. It's a.
Alrighty, Zash, you are up. Bruni on deck.
Oh God, that hurt. Okay. First things first. We're gonna move. Oh, I'm still on the line too. We'll go to token control. I'm gonna move here. Actually, I'll move here. To stay at a line of sight for Bruni, and so this way I'm out of the cone for the bugs. And I don't know what I can do other than to
Throw a dagger.
temporarily one hand the sword to pull out a dagger, and then that will actually just be my turn, and get ready to throw it.
No,
Shotgun
you can
potion.
release a hand from the greatsword without it being an action.
Okay,
So you
cool. All right.
Like, yeah, it's free to let go.
Okay. And then okay, why do I have? Oh, I see. It's literally the difference between stabbing versus throwing. All right. Yeah, I'll try to throw my dagger at it.
All right, go ahead and
Alright.
roll it.
What do we got? Another
Nice.
27.
Roll your
So,
damage.
That'll be normal.
Does
damage.
anything happen to this barrier after it's taken all this hits?
Oh, damn.
You have not seen any change to the barrier.
It's a strong fucking barrier.
Yeah,
'cause that
Micah
was like
is kind of OP.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's like 6 hits from it.
All right.
Well, Micah's like level 20.
All right.
Bruni, you're up.
Micah's OP. Alrighty.
No, I'm sorry, I lied. No, you are not.
Oh,
I
okay.
didn't realize you were slower here.
That'll be next turn. stuff.
Demore, can you link me your swarm spell again, please, so I don't got to scroll all the way up for it?
Sure.
He's probably got a save or something to begin his turn, right?
You're probably right.
18 basic reflex.
How do
With
I
a
link
plus
it again?
11, I mean,
I can't click the cast button again because I've cast it already. Wait,
Just-
restore spell.
just click on the spell and drag it over to the chat box. I think that will do it. There we go. Yeah, so a basic 18 reflex.
Oh, did he succeed on that reflex for that too? Yes.
So
Yes,
does that
we
mean
didn't take any-
I need to do something again to still
No,
concentrate?
I'm rolling.
Okay. Ooh.
Alrighty, that is not gonna do it.
So 2d8?
Do I roll the damage?
Or is it heightened? I can't tell.
It's not heightened.
Oh, it's not heightened. If it is heightened, it'll automatically do it. Yeah, go ahead and roll your damage.
Ooh.
Blow it up.
Roll another 8 again.
Roll another 8 again. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, when you max a die, you
Yeah.
roll it again.
And again.
And again,
Oh, really? Okay.
Yep.
as long as you keep maxing, you keep exploding.
Holy shit.
Okay.
So another 22.
Nice.
Wow.
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 Yeah,
Wow.
well,
Wow. Okay, that's a big hit.
we got some big hitters here, apparently.
But on the converse side, 1 equals 0.
Yes.
Oh.
Oh,
That's
fuck.
Oh, did it die?
No. But
that would
that
be too
actually-
easy.
That doesn't happen on his turn. That happens on your turn when you concentrate on it.
Oh, well, he'll take him. Okay, 12. Well, there's 22 damage coming his way.
Yeah, we can save that for the concentration.
Oh. Hey, buddy. What you doing up there? Being a good boy.
Okay,
Ooh.
so
I've taken a lot of damage from somewhere.
Yeah, me.
Yeah, from the beam.
Ouch. Oh, thanks from the beam. Okay, all right. Thank you, sir.
Oh, me, fuck. Now you know never to mess with me.
Didn't doubt it before this, but okay. There was no doubt.
The sword looks dangerous. But the Kamehameha. And I can cast it 2 more times.
Please
Let's
don't.
let's not cast that again.
Yeah, please don't. Not in here, at least.
I'll cast a heightened +2 harm spell, maybe. I can only cast it +1. Okay. Wonder how much water I can make with create water. Can I fill this dome?
Please don't.
Create water is usually a 5-foot cube.
No, this is 2 gallons.
Oh, never mind that.
That's nothing.
Then.
Oh no.
I mean, you can save our life.
Oh no. It's costing something.
You've not seen my final form.
creature scurries its way out of the mass of beetles and sets itself up, pushed up against the barrier, staying away from the edge of the nasty bugs, and opens its gaping maw, and a thick cloud of roiling, inky black goodness starts floating across those beetles. I need a reflex from both of you that are caught in.
22.
That's not you. Oh no, that is you.
Oh,
22 and 11. Okay.
Pretty bad.
Well, Demore, it was nice knowing you, bro. I appreciate
Yeah.
you.
Cheers.
I-
Cheers, guys.
I hope you're still working on that character sheet
Yeah, still working on it.
because your cousin's gonna have to avenge something.
And sure. Yeah, sure. You're dead.
It's not that easy to die.
I gotta move that is right same way.
All right, Demore, you take 2 damage.
Okay, that's not so bad. But
Do we
it
both
is
take
from
Is
two?
that
it-
right? You
it is
take
from-
1.
Oh. Ooh, that tickles. that tickles. I gotta see how to connect my home to this. I'm thinking about it.
Alrighty, now it's your turn, Broody. Sorry about that.
All good, all good. Has the black cloud dissipated?
Yeah.
So it's safe for me to move there, theoretically?
Theoretically.
Alright, I'll move there and then give a pew pew. Da, 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 target and strike, roll. Ugh. Crit miss.
Crocus looks up at you as the bolt goes whizzing by her ear, and she just kind of quizzically looks at you as if the tongue lolls out. And it's almost as if she's saying to you,
I hit a beetle.
you did hit a beetle, and it got skewered, and the bolt just stuck right into the floor, just a little tiny bit, but it's just pinned, and you managed to get it upside down, so its legs are just kind of jiggling up in the air.
So it's like a dead roach with its legs just sticking up.
And so I'll do another hit. But that's just a regular miss.
Your aim is actually pretty good as you're shooting at the creature the second time around. Almost as if the chastisement from your mount helped you to focus on what you were doing a little bit better. But it's so thick with these just nasty big fucking beetles all over the place that as one of them is trying to get its way through the creature, it kind of gets in the way of the bolt, so it hooks right through the beetle, and that robs it of just enough momentum because of the super hard carapace that it actually hits the creature and just bounces off of it.
Fun. And I
The
think that's
more
my
you
turn.
are
I'm
up,
doing-
Rosario on next.
Say again, sorry.
You are up, sir.
So now the roll that he did earlier is what actually happens?
Okay. So do I need to? I need to roll something, concentrate or something. How do I?
No, you don't need to roll to concentrate. It's an action to concentrate to
Okay.
maintain your spell. Give me just a moment here. We're gonna move this like so
Are you going to
as they
continue
continue
concentrating?
to spread out.
Well, yeah. I want to carry on hurting him unless I'm not hurting him anymore somehow.
Well, you're not. He's
Right.
not standing
It
next
is up
you.
to you.
He's moved. Okay. No, I think I want to carry on and concentrating because if I can carry on hurting him, I think it's a good thing.
All right. You carry on concentrating, and the bugs continue to spread out, and they pin the creature up against the wall again. And go ahead and we had your damage already, right?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
pretty good damage. He blew it up a couple of times.
It was 22. Yeah. Terms that are unfamiliar to anything that any of you have ever heard in the natural world emanate from the creature's mouth. And it seems as if it's actually it seems as if it's actually fearful and hurting for the first time. You have 2 actions left.
Okay. I guess step out of the cloud and
There is no cloud. That
cloud's gone.
dissipated away.
Okay. I think I'm still taking a step back into the space there between
Okay.
kind of where the pink dot is, I guess. Yeah, that way. I'm a caster. I'm not a melee guy. I want to be at the back. I don't want to be at the front. Okay, so stepping back.
All right, you got one more option.
All right. Can I cast something else? I guess.
If it's a 1 action spell.
All right. Let's see. How about this one?
That's 2 actions. You see the little logo next to Caustic Glass?
Uh-huh.
The 2 squares.
2 diamonds.
It's got 2. Okay. I see. All right. Then basically, oh wait, there is one here. Okay, let's try this one.
Alrighty, roll it.
Uh,
Just click on attack. Hover over the creature and press T so that you target it, and then roll the attack.
wait. Close. Hover over the creature and press T.
And that should target it. And then if you press roll for damage or roll to hit, and
Oh, go ahead and blow that up. I don't think you targeted it. It's going to work anyways.
I did hover and click T, but yeah, it didn't look like it did anything.
alright.
So Do I need to do it again or something?
Just
Just
roll another
roll.
d20.
Roll another d20. Okay. D20. Roll.
Do it again.
Is this an attack?
Is this like normal to like crit so many times?
No.
Okay.
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
All right, roll critical damage.
From where now? Again, another roll? What?
Yeah, roll damage.
Roll damage. Okay, roll damage. Right.
Blow
What?
him up.
Blow him up
That was
again.
both of them. What?
So 2 8s, right?
Yep.
Yep, 2d8. You can just click the 8 twice and then hit roll.
Oh,
This
what
is,
just
like,
happened?
insane. I don't know. I didn't
And
realize
that's-
I could.
And that was
I
a
could do so much.
regular damage. Now we have to I'm guessing double it or triple it, considering the.
Yeah, roll another 2d8 for the crit.
Jeez. Holy moly. Okay. I've just made an arch nemesis.
No, you just made a nuclear bomb. What were you? What were you?
No,
casting anyway?
you just made an explosion of goo. Tell us more. What does it look like?
Scorching blast.
Scorching blast straight from my hands onto the acid creature or
37.
taint creature, and it fizzles into a little puddle with bubbles coming out of it, making goop sounds.
There is an explosion of thickly green, slightly phosphorescent goop that kind of covers more area than you would have expected out of such a tiny creature. And many of the beetles that are still scurrying around seem to be kind of coated in it and kind of melt away underneath of it.
Dang. Well done, Demore. Far out.
Rosare,
Yes.
you're up. What are you doing?
Is this thing still alive?
You see an exploded puddle of goo.
And it's just a puddle? I didn't hear if you responded.
Yeah,
It's an exploded puddle of goo.
Okay.
but we're still in initiative.
Well,
What?
there's also a puddle of goo somewhere else in my pants, but besides that, I'm going to heal. Cast heal on my little friend there beside me.
Just on him? Okay, go ahead and roll it.
Well,
Are you doing the
it's
two
my first action.
or the one action? Okay.
Well, he's right beside me. I don't have to cast it at range.
No, but it does increase the healing if you do.
Huh?
That's why I was asking. Yes, as we talked about last time you cast heal. One action is D8, two actions is D8 plus 8. 3 actions is D8 to everybody.
Well, I'm just doing the one. And
Okay,
then
roll it.
roll damage healing. Public.
Make sure you
roll-
target the more.
Yeah, I did.
I think it'll automatically apply. I guess it
Wait,
did
I
not.
thought it was just.
I forgot his heals are 10s, not 8s. But okay, Demore is healed for 10.
Oh, nice. I get some health back for a change.
Now,
You feel much better, little lefty
Yes.
friend.
Yes.
so, because that was only one action, can I cast another spell if it's only one action? Or what are the rules on multiple spells in Pathfinder?
You can only cast one spell slot per turn. So you can do a spell slot and a cantrip, but you can't do like a heal and another heal or another spell slot spell.
Because this
Oh.
technically wasn't a spell slot. This was a cleric font.
That's still limited font slots.
Okay. So I could do lay on hands though, right?
Yes.
Can you lay on hands yourself?
Yes. Because you want us, nobody else. When you think about this game, you touch yourself.
I don't want anybody else. When I think about me, I touch myself. So let me see. Let me make sure I target myself. Roll healing. Does it really roll? Or... No, it's just automatic 12. I don't know why. Simulated.
I went the wrong way.
Whoa! Oh, I don't feel
There
good.
you go. Alrighty, and that is also one action, so you got one left.
Okay, Bruni, you're fine, right?
No.
Wait, what happened to Bruni?
The initial attack to take out the black darkness in me took away 18 health.
Oh, but you're not like in dire straits, are you?
No,
I don't
no,
know.
but 18 health is still quite a bit. It's almost. I'm almost halfway down.
She's hurt.
Well, I can't heal again.
No.
I'm just okay.
I am otherwise fine.
I don't have anything else cantrip wise that only costs one except message, and I'm not gonna message anybody.
Other than Micah, where the fuck are you?
Well, I'd have to know where he is to message him, though, don't I?
Well, you did get those pendants.
I mean, you do know him. You could attempt to.
Well, yeah, if you'll allow it, I can use one to message, be like,
What's
Micah,
up?
where are you? Drop this fucking barrier.
Are you using the coin or are you using your spell?
If the spell will work, if the cantrip will work, I'll use the cantrip.
Are you using the coin or are you using your spell?
You don't know. Which one do you want to use?
Well, if he's within 120 feet, the message, but I'll just use the cantrip. If he's within 120 feet, I said what I said.
You begin to cast the spell and compose your message, and yeah, I guess. What are you saying?
I'm like,
Go ahead and send it to me in DM.
okay. Just regular DM, or you want me to put it in
Character
like?
chat.
Okay.
My bad for misspeaking there.
$25, right?
Yep.
One, two, three, four, five. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 17. That should be fine.
Give me an Arcana check.
Me?
Yes.
Okay. Where are you, Arcana? There we go. Well, my Arcana is not arcane. Arcana, what's that?
Right?
I am not very arcanine.
First, in
I'm-
the arts of the arcane.
Can I pray to Micah?
Use the coin.
I'm out of actions, sir.
Then, no. Nothing.
All right, check your answer in character chat. And I only did that because I didn't want to be unfair to you, and I wanted to complete the turn cycle. So we are now out of
Oh.
turn order.
Gotcha.
No more turns.
Okay.
Do you care to share what I told you with the party?
We be fucked.
Oh, shit.
And right as he says we be fucked, the rest of the library is once again full of the people that were there just moments ago. And the bugs are gone. All that is left is pile of goop and you guys. And the barrier has resumed its more translucent and kind of wispy uh, status that you're more familiar with, and Micah is back in exactly in the same spot he was.
What the fuck? You're confusing me, sir.
What happened?
That was very fast thinking of you, Micah. Wish you could have helped us with the battle, but at least it's done.
Do I gain experience?
Quite
points?
apparent you did not need my help, young Rooney.
I just laugh and go,
Wow.
for what little that I did in this battle.
Wow.
I turned to Damore and like basically make an act of tipping my hat. We have to thank this little guy, our friend here, mostly.
That's the truth of it.
That was some pretty fucking shit hot rolling, y'all. Like that was
Jesus, that was
That was
holy shit.
ridiculous.
And I might go up to Rosare and like grab him by the scruff and go,
You can't
what?
grab me by the scruff. I'm
Look,
armored scales.
Like what? Like collar. Get Crocus to like go up, put paws on his chest. I go up, grab his collar, and go, "What the crap were you thinking?"
Yeah, you nearly blowed us all up. But so did I, in fairness.
You are so lucky you didn't kill us all.
Am I though?
And then I basically push off and go, Damore, the idea with the acid, brilliant idea, didn't work out, but thank you for at least cleaning up the mess that you made.
as you're saying that, Micah bends down and he picks up the cup and he looks at it and he says, I don't know that that was an unsuccessful attempt. And he kind of shows it to you, and there is no more black goop in the cup.
Okay, so it was successful. We just had to kill the goop again.
Yeah, so it's like, so that's part of the process of killing it, right? You need to first bring it out, and then you need to destroy it.
That was only
Okay.
on a tiny ass sample.
Yeah,
Like,
That's also a fair point.
if we add acid to like a regular body full of the taint, we are going to be up against something that we can't handle. It'd be something that we'd have to like chip away at and like create tiny monster after tiny monster after tiny monster.
Little bits at a time. Little bits at a time, and rest in between, because you saw what this battle took from us.
Yeah.
I'm out of my most potent spells are used. I need to rest before I can gain back that potency.
Well, I didn't know we were going to be inside of
A library or
the
a barrier.
Thunderdome.
But
Yeah,
Micah,
was that like a legitimate anti-magic barrier?
it was
Roll Arcana.
A roll Arcana. I mean, he's actively kind of like asking Micah, but I'll roll Arcana to see if I can't claim it for myself first.
Okay, I thought you were asking me as DM.
No.
Micah
roll.
just kind of smiles coyly at you and says, I have many ways of protecting my interests within this library.
Well,
You don't know any descriptions of anything that would seem like they would react the way that you just saw that particular barrier react to things.
okay.
I want to do an Arcana check as well.
Go for it. And we are out of combat and initiative and whatnot, so I'm going to stay on the chat, but I am going to step away and go smoke. If anyone needs to bathroom or anything like that, now is a good time. We're not going to actually break, but it's kind of free for all right now.
Is that a will roll? Oh, sorry.
Say again?
A will for Arcana check?
no, it's on on your character sheet. Press the hand icon at the top,
Proficiencies?
Yes.
and then there should be one labeled Arcana.
Okay.
Should be the second one.
Trained, and then just the dice. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. That's not too great, but
You are familiar enough with magic and arcana in particular that you can tell that there is something more than, or not something more than, but something different than anti-magic going on with it, because of the way it reflected instead of getting absorbed or nullified or anything like that. But you're not familiar enough to have a cogent opinion on what it might actually be.
okay.
I might turn to Micah and go, you have more ties to the city than us. Would you be able to report this to, I don't know, the guards, the knights, or something, so that the guards, the army, the knights, whatever, know how to safely dispose of the bodies?
Well,
Now?
okay, so there's this to bring in too, is that was a magical acid in nature. It was brought about, magically. Does that have anything to play in what happened in this particular scenario?
The legends of the taints, unfortunately, do not carry much information, but there was whispers of a belief that in the event that the unholy taint upon this world was destroyed, that it would create a being such as what I believe we just witnessed. The legends are not clear on how or even indeed whether taint could actually be destroyed. So I cannot say whether it was the acid or the magical nature of it, or indeed a conflux of events that led to your attempt to destroy this specimen of taint. I cannot say for certain what may or may not have been involved in that, but
No.
I'm sure that there is some wild complexity to it, because from what I know from the legends of old, no reliable manner to destroy the taint was ever found.
Okay.
So, acid splash or something like it is probably not exactly a rare spell, is it?
Not at all.
Well, it's acid arrow that I used, but yes, acid splash would be, I guess, a lower level spell of that nature. Yes.
No, Acid Splash was the pre-remaster name of Acid Arrow.
Okay. Okay.
So it wouldn't just be Damore who would be able to do this. It'd be a lot of people who would be able to. So yeah, I'd be basically to Micah. Can you report this to the guards and whatnot? That this is the
I can
only
certainly
way?
spread the word a bit, but I don't know how much of a difference it is going to make. Even from one in the position as mine, hearing that the taint is not only real, but among us may be hard for some people to accept. And I fear there would be an uphill battle to get people to understand what it is that we might be coming up against.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I have another idea.
Let's record our steps and try and spread the knowledge as much as possible.
Well, out of character, how well does Bruni know the people who run the arena?
I would say you're on semi-familiar terms, probably friendly overall, but not like people that you would hang out with on a daily basis or anything like that. Like you would have definitely run messages and whatnot. You probably know most of them, um, but you're not like within the social circle or anything.
We might be able to make entertainment out of it.
Mm.
Make it into a mass killing spree brawl in the arena
Okay.
for entertainment purposes.
The
Is
arena's big enough, so our spells,
is the pile of goop actually on the physical floor now, or was it left behind?
The goop came back with you.
Okay.
Sharn, take inspiration.
Pardon? Take inspiration. I'll add should I just add a hero point?
No, inspiration
Yeah.
and hero points are separate.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you got to keep track of your own inspiration points.
All right.
Oh, and by the way, Eddie, I don't know if you know, you get a hero point every session. Hero points you can use to re-roll after a roll, or you can use to automatically stabilize if you're dying. Inspiration is inspiration for D&D, so you can use it to take advantage on any roll. You have to declare that before you use it. And if you want to give a little bit of versatility to it, instead of getting advantage on a roll for a d20, you can increase your increase your proficiency in that check by 1 step. It basically gives you a +2 bonus unless you're already legendary, because you can't be trained fast legendary.
Right.
Okay.
Micah, would you be able to quickly write down the process that it took to get rid of the taint and what happened, and then sign it off that this is a true and actual thing of events signed off by you as you are a trusted person of the city, so that I can take it to the arena, so that we might be able to get this done maybe a little bit faster, and maybe even get paid to do it.
I also can't help but notice it only actually took the taint from a few people before it focused its attacks elsewhere.
Still,
Which means that the taint isn't present in everybody yet,
well,
I think. I mean, that's what I can deduce from it.
Yeah, we don't know how many
maybe not.
people.
Or
Yeah.
that attack, it may only have so many things of that attack before it runs out of charges. We don't know.
Fair. Like, it could use. These creatures could use the taint that is present in the people in order
Yeah,
to.
imagine if there's like a crowd filled with the taint and he attacks and pulls it out of everybody at the same time. I mean, that would be
It seemed to only be able to do it to one person at a time, so if we can kill it fast enough, it might not
Yeah.
get that powerful.
If the
And if-
arena fills the arena with fighting people and only puts, like, I don't know, 3 of these things in the arena,
We also don't know
And-
how interactive the taint is with this acid solution that we've figured out, because it could also be that if you expose more of it to acid, it could turn into a much larger creature that could
Oh, yeah.
potentially be much more difficult to deal with.
oh yes, that's why I asked Micah to write it all down, so that we know it was only a small amount, the only amount to enough to fill a small crucible, and it was a creature big enough that it was a challenge for basic fighters.
Let's be realistic, out of character. And there is something that I think y'all are overlooking.
Mhm.
The vast majority of the damage that was done in that fight was from you guys to you guys.
Oh yeah, no,
Yeah.
100%.
The vast majority of the damage
Yeah,
Is from
did
me.
not come from the creature.
yeah.
Came from me.
yeah, yeah. Like, thanks, bro.
I killed him.
I mean, Tamor had his part in it too.
Yeah, sure. I'm not innocent. I am not innocent. One bit.
Like, I got hit pretty hard, but I was the one that took the most damage from that creature. And that was 18, and that was a really big hit, I reckon. I'm not sure. Like, he could have bigger hits in him, but I don't know.
At the same
But-
time, if removing the taint from the people, if these creatures can do that, it
And
might.
also clearing up the bodies at the same time.
I call that a feature, not a bug. Yes.
Right, it's a feature, not a flaw.
Yeah.
Well, I was gonna
So-
say we could have an active cure it for people who already have it
Mhm.
within one of these creatures.
So, yeah, we could
Set up
definitely
a cleansing station.
with it an especially
Micah
made
says-
page, maybe.
Micah, he's been listening to your conversation back and forth while he's been writing, and he kind of nods along and he says, "Yes, I obviously did not have quite as good a vantage point as you guys did, but I think I may have had a little clearer vision of what was going on from the overview, as it were. And it does seem to me from the quickness with which everything happened, but from what I was able to ascertain, it does seem as though what came out of you was almost exactly proportional to the amount of the substance that we started with in the original experiment. And it did seem as though he was fueled by it, but it also seemed as though he hit two of you and took some of it out, and then it looked like it was trying to escape.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily know what that means, but that's what it looked like to me. And then once the bugs started coming in, it started fighting to protect itself. But I think that may have meant that only two of you had gotten infected, and so it ate what it could and then tried to escape. It may not necessarily be a threat. It may be the key to defeating the taint. I almost wish that you had not so thoroughly destroyed it, but I understand how it happened. I'm not upset or anything.
Worst comes to worst, we can come back tomorrow and do it all again.
I was gonna say it's not
Maybe
like we
not
can't
inside the
repeat-
library.
It's not like we can't repeat this experiment.
Yeah.
And maybe not
Yeah, we
inside
got
of a
some
dome.
more. We got some more of the taint, I think, right?
Yeah.
Or maybe a bigger dome. This
Just
is,
maybe not inside the library.
can you change the size of this dome?
Make it 120 feet.
What are you thinking, my boy?
Well, inside the arena, right? So enlarge your protection shield inside the arena, making them trapped inside the arena, and then yeah, us doing exactly what we said: set up a cleansing station, bringing people to get cleansed of the taint, as well as kill these things little by little, pieces by piece.
My protective abilities like that will not work in the arena because the entire arena is protected against
Well,
magic use in general.
he might not have meant like the arena as
Ooh.
in.
Honestly, the
actual
arena's
arena.
protections may be better. I think Bruni was onto a great idea with the first iteration. I think having it in the arena is probably the better way to go about it. I think that's brilliant. My question is, how are we going to know who is tainted and who is not? And I don't know what they have done with all of the bodies. Do you?
Well,
I
I'm
didn't-
assuming
I don't know how much more of this is out there.
Yeah.
I don't know how it spreads.
they would have
There
followed
are too
standard
many things about
procedure.
this we do not
How
know.
do we bury people in the city? Are they burnt or are they buried?
Ouch. Well, they couldn't burn this.
Well, what happens with
I
the body
didn't know
burns, but
that.
it turns into smoke and then it infects people. That's how our two people got infected, is through smoke. So if they did that, yes, many people are infected. If it's buried, then less would be infected, I guess, but still some.
Well, you still have a
Bruni,
chance.
you know of several cemeteries slash mausoleums within the larger area. You know that sometimes bodies are burned, and you feel like there's a good possibility that a massive attack such as the kobolds launched upon the city and the thousands of corpses that were left from that would probably be one of those such situations, but you haven't heard of anything actually happening. or any details about plans regarding such.
Okay. I might just relay that information and go, especially
Now you all know that.
especially for bodies that where they're unidentified, no one knows them, they're horribly contorted, so no one really wants to see them in a coffin or spend money on a coffin when they're that sort of contorted because they're not exactly going to fit. So I dare say that they've probably either all been just unceremoniously dumped into a hole or they've been burned. Some may have been taken for testing in science and whatnot to try and figure out what's been happening.
Okay.
Of course.
Zesh wouldn't know this in character, but I know this out of character. Was there not a gigantic hole at the ceremony?
A portal
No.
appeared and disappeared.
I could have sworn that there was a gigantic, like, it might not have been for the wedding ceremony, but like more or less like a bottomless pit.
Oh,
That
the
was
morgue.
on the other side of the mountain over towards the caverns of Skriel.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no, I think he's talking about the pit where we accidentally ended up saving what's her name when we
Oh.
were like she was meant to die.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that pit.
Okay. That is also fucking inspiration to you for pulling out session 2 shit. Yeah, and Micah would definitely know about that. So
Wi-
the pit might work, although we have to contend with the residents thereof.
No, just wondering if maybe the
I-
bodies have been thrown into the pit to feed said residents. out of
Hmm.
character, this is.
You know what? Yeah, he doesn't know that. You don't know that, but I like that idea. So yes, that's what's happened to them.
Okay.
What's up, buddy?
And that's why you didn't hear about them being burned or didn't see the fucking giant fire or anything like that because they were just kind of quietly carted within the castle and tossed in the pit.
To feed whatever the residents are, and now the residents are now plagued with the taint. Fun.
Potentially. That doesn't mean that that's guaranteed.
Well, they're eating it.
Go back to the
Oh,
goat.
right.
I'll be right back. I might take the dog out.
All right.
Sean, how much longer are you comfortable with staying?
I'm good. We've already taken the cat to the vet. The vet visit was a lot faster than I thought it would be.
Oh, okay, cool.
Well, that's.
Oh, and you missed the news earlier. We did not get that first Bombay kitty that I was telling you we applied for, but we applied for another one. And we went and had an interview, and things went well. And she is due for a vet appointment for a couple shot updates later this month. And then I think it's just a matter of figuring out when we can drive back down to pick her up.
Aw,
That's awesome.
nice.
So I'm pretty fucking stoked.
Have you decided on a name or not yet?
Her name is Nani. We're maybe gonna keep it, maybe gonna change it. Rebecca doesn't really care for it. I don't mind it, but I'm not deciding on anything until I get her and have her for a while. She starts adjusting and kind of get to see more of her personality. If I'm gonna rename her, it's gonna be for a good reason and to something that fits.
Awesome.
The last time I had a black cat, ended up calling her Stella because there's like some European town somewhere where they believe that one of the star constellations, when it disappears from the sky, they believe it's the cat constellation, they call it, and when it disappears from the sky during a certain time of year, they believe it's become a witch's familiar and it's on Earth. And when it's no longer a witch's familiar, it goes back up into the heavens. That's,
Yep,
called,
sounds about right.
That's
called
a
a Stella.
wonderful belief. That's a wonderful belief.
Yeah. I can't remember where I heard it. I don't remember which fucking town it was. But I just remember that little story, and I'm like, that is such a beautiful story, and so I ended up calling the little black cat Stella. Like Star Cat.
All right, Sharn and Andrew, I need you both to roll straight up D100 for me, please.
D100.
100.
And I'm not at the computer to see him, so tell me what you got.
42.
89.
I like my number.
42?
So, do you know what's funny about the answer 42? To
It
in
is
binary.
anything you could have, anything you want it to be. I think it is.
So no, in Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, the answer 42 is in binary 101, or the number 42 is 1010, which directly translates to yes no yes no.
And there's another coding
That is
thing where
probably not an intentional connection from Douglas Adams, but it's beautiful.
I know that there's another coding thing where basically the code for 42 basically it means like it is anything that you want it to be.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the meaning of life and everything is anything that you want it to be.
Yeah.
Sister.
What were the D100 rules for?
I'm guessing something along the lines of our inspirations because we were the ones that got the inspirations.
Maybe.
Not entirely certain.
So, Eddie,
Yeah.
the Leshy don't
Yes.
know about that whole Saurian thing because they did not come from a Saurian. The Leshy have only been in this plane for about 500 years, and they came from the realm of the fairy. You have never personally been into the realm of the fairy, but you are familiar with its existence.
A Welsh bloodline. Have you ever been to Wales? No, but I know it's there.
Sure.
That's how we make the sprite variant work. And also, if you want to swap one of your languages for Fey,
Okay.
I have
you can do that.
Fey as a language already.
Mm. All right, never mind. Then I will retroactively approve that. Instead, I noticed it at first. I probably would have said that doesn't really work.
Okay.
And for the record, like anytime I'm saying that doesn't work, that doesn't mean no. That means we have to make it work.
Okay.
What, buddy?
Like even all the like no half breeds and whatnot. I'm not saying that you absolutely can't take the Dromar or Iuvaran heritage. I'm just saying, look at the other ones because
No.
the ones that are specific to your race are fucking better. And the half elf and half orc ones are kind of boring. But if you really want to and have a reason to, well, I have made exceptions before. In fact, there's one in the party.
What you want, baby?
I want to chew on your microphone.
Yeah, apparently. Don't do it. Don't do it.
So after I get the piece of paper and whatnot from Micah, with like the explanation of exactly what's going on, etc. I'll be like, all right, well, it's about time that we actually start heading to the arena to see old mate Killamore.
Oh shit.
And
You have a scroll of parchment rolled up with a wax seal, handwritten by Micah, explaining exactly what transpired in the Libraria. You head over to the arena relatively without incident. I will be at the computer shortly to make that transition happen. Zash, as you guys are walking into the arena, you notice a familiar looking orc. And you can see that on his back is a kind of strange looking holster that almost looks like it would fit a gross number of all sorts and types of weapons, although there are none currently actually stashed within it. But you know this particular orc, and you know that he is never actually unarmed. Do you know who you see?
Uh, the name eludes me at the moment. Let me.
Well, go ahead and
Read some
react while you're looking that up.
stuff for sure. Okay.
Oh, and also tell the party who he's with.
Okay. I see the Okay.
Since we just brought up that particular heritage, I guess it's time to introduce it.
Okay. So the orc in question, his particular name is Whiskey.
Please tell me he has an automaton named Foxtrot.
That would have been cool, but no, I do not believe that he does.
Make that happen.
So seeing this familiar orc, Zash's eyes are gonna light up. Because seeing this particular orc means that the captain of the ship that Zash was on is also likely in town. This
That's
is one of
who I meant. Describe who he's with.
Okay. The captain is he's a human, right? I'm sorry, I gotta reread all of this. um
Huh.
do-
Fine.
do-
Damn, mommy will be home soon. Good boy. I don't have time to wait for you, sir.
Miek? I forget how we pronounce his name too. I didn't write that down,
Yep.
unfortunately. It's spelled.
Shame on you. Know your lore, sir.
I do know the lore. I have it. It's here. I just remember how to pronounce his name. It's spelled Miyek.
Mike.
Mike. That's right. So it's just a weird spelling of the word, the name Mike. But
Why you
he's,
gotta go make things so complicated?
I don't know, man. So, Captain Mike is a fucking damn it. Where is all of this information at? It's so far back here. I'm trying to read quickly and explain this at the same time, and this is not working.
Yes, Rosare chat.
I don't think I can.
I gave you GM access. Yes, you can.
What?
Mm,
Everybody has
no.
GM access. I made a backup account just for you guys to use.
yeah.
Oh,
You,
the
the
account.
passwords to. Yeah.
No, no.
We're just
No.
not supposed to use that during game.
I'm just don't look at shit that you're not supposed to. Like,
Yeah.
My computer has only been on
Like-
4 times in the last 4 weeks, and that has been on Thursday night.
Nice, nice. Okay, there's that. Oh, I see. A lot of this was information that I quickly jotted down as we were talking. If I remember correctly, Mike is a human uh, who has an eye patch over one eye. And he's, he might not be dressed up as like a ship captain anymore because they did retire, but he is still a ship captain. Do, 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 do. Um, so other than the eye patch thing, there's really no other majorly defining features, if I remember correctly.
no, I have a fucking mini for Captain Mike. Where the fuck is it?
I don't have that image yet. I'm gonna totally get that, but it's fine. Yeah. So Captain Mike is the captain of the ship that Zash was sailing on for several years before he decided to part ways with the crew
All right, so
after they
put
retired.
on the description. What are you doing?
Huh?
Said good on the description. What are you doing?
Oh, he's actually just gonna kind of walk up behind Whiskey there because he can see Whiskey. I'm gonna give him a
You
big
can
old clap.
also see the captain.
Oh, I can. Okay, so the captain's there.
Yeah.
So I think he's gonna kind
Yeah,
of like
I can't find the mini yet. Also,
Okay.
I need to activate the scene.
for sure. So Zash with a big beaming smile, he's gonna kind of like walk up in between both of them because they're side by side. I'm assuming, and he's just gonna clap them both on the back as like hard as he can almost, and go. I haven't seen you guys in forever.
Roll towards the lower right corner so you guys can see yourselves. 1, 2, 3, 4. I need to more.
Zoom in on
Oh, hey, Brother Bonk's here.
Hello.
Oh,
Welcome.
yeah. Nobody.
Oh my God, Eagle's there too. They're alive.
No, they're not. Neither is Arcticus. No. And you guys actually aren't where I have you there either. That's actually in one of the rings.
Yeah.
And you guys are here in the grand meeting area.
Yeah.
I knew he wasn't dead. Where's Crackle at? Crackle's alive.
Yeah, Crackle's with Lyra.
Yeah, wherever the fuck she is.
She probably effed off to the forest.
Yep.
She's probably humping a tree somewhere.
Tree huggers.
Stupid tree humpers. Does my hand taste that good? Really?
Doug will
Really?
your hand tastes.
So
He
don't
loves it.
actually look at this mini because this is a serious like joke mini that I made, but this is representing Captain Mayak, who is for some reason fucking massive.
Horny? What's
Which,
going on?
which is weird because I'm pretty sure you showed me him a while
Mike
ago.
Trump.
Mike Frump.
However, I am sharing the orc in question. Just imagine him without all of the weapons.
So he looks like Brother Bonk with hair. Cool. So, where is this mini in question? I want to see the mini. Where's the joke mini? I want to see the joke mini.
You need to really zoom in. It's above the more.
Yeah.
It's above
So-
the more.
It's in the right hand side of the map.
Is that Trump with wavy hair?
I decided to challenge myself with Hero Forge, and I think it came out pretty fucking well.
Honestly, pretty funny.
It's the best mini ever. Best mini that will ever be made out of all the minis.
It's a huge mini.
My mini is bigger than your mini. Huh.
Hilarious.
So funny. So fucking funny.
Such a joke. I don't do.
Just showed the audience as well. Yes. I don't care. We're
I don't have.
you don't have what?
I don't have enough room.
For what?
He's distracted playing something on his
Oh,
Oh, I'm not playing anything.
the roost and dropped off your weapons. Or are we
Yes.
checking them as we go into the arena?
So we can actually pick up this sword, let alone use it.
No.
My crossbow is going to be stashed in the put away stuff luggage in um with in the oh, what's it called?
Mm.
It's a
Saddlebags. All right. In order to make it, and there are going to be 3 actions. Are you out in all your glory?
Are
Are you showing off or are you hooded and
actual
hiding?
Rosario?
There's a joke to be made there, but I'm not
Yes.
gonna do that.
That wasn't a yes or no question.
It was an A
Yes.
or
Which
B.
one? A or B?
Yeah.
Actually, no.
Let's save.
Okay, now it looks like we're good.
Let's go to this
And
one.
now it's catching me moving. Fantastic. That bitch.
Mm.
Well, there we go. Yeah. Okay, it still is doing a weird thing where like the little video screens go black, but caught up. That might just be me.
Okay, now I think for the, I think I minimized it. And and now I think we're good.
We're good. We got video now.
They're fantastic.
Awesome.
No, made a mini for mine. It is pissing me off that I can't find it.
Understandable.
It's either in my Hero Forge or in my sensor. Because usually I fucking download them all immediately so I don't have to search 3 million.
What you doing, bud? Come here. Come here. What you doing? Good boy. Good boy. You want to sit up here?
I want the fucking.
Yes. That really blows.
Okay.
Andrew,
Yeah.
look
I'm
through
back.
our character chat and see if we have those images.
I have whiskey in the character chat. I do not see Mike.
Okay.
Anything I missed?
No, we were trying to find the image of Mike because it's pissing me off that I don't have it because I remember making the fucking mini.
Ah.
Okay, so Vash approached Whiskey, you guys all with him, claps him on the back and said, "What now?"
It was basically Mike Whiskey. I haven't seen you guys in forever. Like,
Did you call him
truly.
Whiskey?
Ooh, do I? I actually don't remember how to pronounce his name.
No, that's the right pronunciation,
Okay.
but
Then yeah, I
you're-
think he would. I think he would use his actual name.
okay. All right. He turns around and he's, "Holy sh! What the fuck are you doing here?"
I my travels have kind of brought me here. Aside from, you know, doing my own thing that was, I just kind of got bored of doing small town stuff, and I found my way here uh, after learning about a rather prestigious bar. Tried my hand there, and wasn't actually able to perform well, and now I guess I'm just off on adventures.
Glad to see you doing well. Sorry, my throat was a little hugged up. Sorry. Whatever. Anyway, so what have you been doing? You say small town stuff too little for you. So how you been keeping yourself busy around here?
Well, I've met, and he's gonna motion to everybody behind him. These lovely people, and we have been off running errands. I describe it.
Getting into trouble, more like it. Have fun trouble.
Mike pipes up and says, "Yeah, that sounds like Zash."
Does it now?
Whiskey just kind of chuckles. Oh boy.
What can you tell us about Zash?
So you guys worked together?
Unfortunately, not enough.
What's
I'm sorry. Say again, dear.
So you guys worked together?
Well, my boy was Mike's best man for quite a while. Bye, baby. Mwah.
Best man for a while? How?
For a good number of years, and now my good friend here has decided to retire, and so I'm about to take him on a journey, protect him, like I owe to my best friend. I'm just glad to see my boy here doing well.
Me for my ignorance, but when you say best man, I'm guessing that the career was not being in a wedding.
No, on a ship. You might say first
Oh.
mate. I'm not a pirate. I don't know. I know.
Boatswain.
As he rose through the rank, it didn't really matter what position he had. He was his best man.
Yes.
He was the best of us. He was the worst of us. Now he's just the worst.
Tell her she's gorgeous.
You're gorgeous. I love you. That's from Charn. Charn.
Yep. Sean says she's gorgeous.
There we go. Finally.
Alrighty. So are either of the truly odd ones in the back saying anything at this point?
The truly odd ones?
I.e. the plant and the snake.
I mean, the snake and the plant.
Like
Saying
put
anything to
those together.
I mean, I'm not saying you have to. I'm just asking and providing the opportunity for y'all to be part of the discussion.
Is this a guy or a girl? Because I can't tell by the mini.
Well, are you asking?
Well, I'm not asking in character, no. That would be rude.
Then you don't know in character.
I guess it doesn't matter. I'm not
Hilarious.
into
Like,
words.
well, either of them obviously male or female choice. So I think it is.
Because I've met orcs before and I did not know. They did not know. We all did not know.
Both of the
Everybody knew.
individuals in question appear to be male.
Appear. Okay. Appearances can be deceiving. Okay. Anyway. So what brings you here? Are you here to see the match?
Well, yeah. We're in Aliara, then you gotta come to the Aliara Arena. Sorry, let me try that one again.
Eh?
You gotta come to the Aliara Arena.
What a tongue twister.
And he's got no one to blame but himself.
Do you know who the challengers are?
I hear that Kilima is making an appearance after quite a while. And if I remember correctly, I think he's up against Flamish.
Blamish?
Do I
Some up and comer, I don't really know too much about him. I just got into town myself. I'm only here for a couple of nights to rest, and then we're on our journey.
Is the captain still on his way to go fix his eye?
Oh, why don't you ask him? He's sitting right across the table.
Zash is gonna look up and
And then the
direct-
entire party just turns their head and there's just someone sitting there.
right. No, I
It's
mean
been completely
there's like-
ignored him this whole time.
Having finally been acknowledged, he
I mean,
looks up and there's just this gigantic brim of a hat. Like Jack Sparrow's dream. And as it comes up, everyone give me a perception check. Except for Zash.
Except for Zash. Because Zash is perception. Roll. Go. 23.
I think you're so. Is Demore here?
Buddy?
Sorry, I am. Sorry. What am I
Oh,
supposed to do?
okay.
Perception check, please.
check.
Perception check. Okay. Sorry, I'm still
And a
rolling my other
reflex
character.
save.
No, no.
He has to dodge my beam again.
You have to
Again? Oh my god.
you have to miss the call a few more times before all of a sudden he has to dodge something.
There we go. Nice.
Why won't you dodge? Go on.
Alrighty, so you see the big ass brim lift up, and then you see the features of a human, but kind of ridiculously softened. And you see that there's an eye patch on his right eye. And hearing myself echo.
You're so cute.
He says, "Hi, my boy, Mike. How have you been, Zash?"
I've been doing well for myself. Are you still trying to get around to fixing your eye there?
You don't need to be so open about it, but yes, that would be the journey in question.
Alright. I'm only so candid, I'm just so incredibly excited to see you guys. It's been far
Oh,
too
you absolutely sound like you are jumping. Joking.
We've just been ignoring him this entire time until now.
That's not necessarily true. Zash wouldn't have ignored
I mean, it's
that
kind of true. It's kind of true.
Alright.
I understand how excited you are to see him, though.
Yes.
I'm not offended, but it is good to see you. I assume y'all are here for the match. Who you betting on?
I don't
I'm betting
know.
on Gillimore. He's a old, I guess, workmate.
I'm not much
I
one for
guess
memory.
workmate. I guess that might be a good way to put it. But yeah, I think he's probably the odds-on favorite. We haven't seen him in a while, though. Maybe he'll be a little bit rusty. I hear some good things about this up-and-comer, but we haven't seen him in action. I think it's his actual first go, and
Out of character, do I know
it's
this?
his
Flemish?
actual first. Think it's his actual first go in the Galeal arena.
Captain, you mean you're here in this arena and you didn't sign whiskey up to to fight?
Oh, I'm not getting in the ring right now. I gotta make sure that I'm good to go for this journey. It's not gonna be easy. I'm here to rest and enjoy a couple of nights and hit the road.
Oh, I'm glad I was able to catch you.
I'm glad I was able to see you too. Hey, barkeep, where the hell's my beer? Around for all of us.
Cheers. Out of character, have I heard of or do I know this Flemish? Flemish, whatever his name is.
No.
No. Okay.
Would any of us know him?
You know what? Give me whatever the fuck you think can make work and tell me why I should. One roll apiece to see if you know Flamish, and tell me how you think it'll work.
I'll just roll society just to see if it's popped up anywhere in my life, travels slash stuff.
Okay.
Why is it saying I want to exit? No, I don't want to exit. I want to roll society. Perception check.
I'll roll
10.
society as well. Maybe I heard of him.
I have a
passing
flat
through some
0 to
bars.
society, so that's right middle of the road.
I mean, that was an opportunity to try and justify your past modifiers. There's no reason to go +0 when you don't have.
Right. Oh, I went with this one.
Well, it's either medicine or religion, and I doubt I've prayed about him.
Who knows? He could be a religious figurehead.
It doesn't sound like it. I'm gonna trust
Hey,
my gut
honestly,
instinct.
I might have just allowed that if you had gone that way. Like, let me offer a quick prayer and see if I know this motherfucker.
Well, I
I
didn't
mean, I
think of it
could've-
that way.
I could have went lower alcohol to see maybe if he was a heavy drinker.
It's a
Whatever you
good
served
one.
him in the bar.
Yeah.
Hey, there you go.
Bruni and Demore, I hope y'all are listening and taking that into consideration for what you're about to roll. What do we roll to see if we know Flamish?
No, I'm not gonna roll. I just basically I asked because like I grew up in the city, so I figured that you'd go yes or no as to whether or
Well,
not.
I'll give you a roll. You don't know him from the city. So something other than that, I'll give you a roll for.
Let's see. Uh, everything really goes back to society, really, unless because all of my good stuff is like stealth, fever, and deception.
Well, what's your I mean, I guess your lower skill is kind of tied to your
Yeah.
society role.
Good attempts, everybody. No one knows of Flamish other than appearing for the first time.
Okay.
Well, it was worth a shot.
It was worth a shot.
The person who rolled the highest is the one that's least likely to know him unless he's a ranger. And has gone out into the forest.
He might be.
He might have
don't know.
been. Might have
Flamish
been.
the Ranger. Wields two scimitars, wears dark elf armor, silver hair. Also goes by the name of.
With the name
What's his name?
Flamish, I thought immediately of like Flame Fist.
Crap, did I forget his name?
Like he just somehow
Really?
imbues all of his fucking punches with fire.
I was thinking it was like a weird version of like Hamish crossed
Oh my
Flemish.
god, what is his name?
Or well, there's also like you could also go Flamesh, in which case he would be
Also-
a strange worshipper of Slanesh, but that's a
He
crossover.
also goes by the name of Dritz Duard.
Uh,
Mm.
The Worldbuilding
Scroll up to the top.
up
Y'all
to
should be
the
able to see it. Yourself. Ready to rock. And mental and crap. All right. Welcome to the LA Arena. Tonight, we are in between Omaha Wrestling. Had to play your music however you can to try and make it actually come over the shit. And let me
What?
get you placed.
I'm not prepared for that.
Well, I know, but I'm trying
Well,
anyways.
you could play it.
No, I can't. I don't have it.
It's in the gameplay.
No, I know, but I don't have that. Like, I can't actually. Everything's coming through my earbud. It's not going to capture anything. And even if I change everything to do so, it's going to sound like shit.
Well, how am I supposed to do it?
You don't know the same way that I would have to, and it would probably still sound like shit, but I'm busy doing other things too. I am trying to find you. Oh, you're in the other part. There we go. All right, pick your arena, sir.
Well, the one closest to everyone, obviously.
I will reposition them around you if you wanted the other one.
Doesn't matter.
Okay.
Input device. Can I push? No, it won't let me change that to the input device.
Well, what you should do is link it in the chat.
Which chat?
The Twitch stream chat. So it's on when you listen to his entrance.
DPDP.
What are you doing? Not already looking into this?
Bro,
Come on, man.
I don't have any of this shit up, and it probably won't even let me post a link. Oh, it is let me
Opening
post a link.
piece.
Okay.
Wait, is Flamish just a little kobold?
That's unfortunate.
Flamish has
Oh.
not actually stepped out yet, but this is Flamish when you see him.
He's either a little kobold or a little lizard man. Aw. Against giant minotaur.
I have to zoom way the hell in to see. Is he a monk? It looks like a
I
monk.
just shared the picture, didn't I?
I don't see
Oh
it.
no, I didn't. All right, give me a
Sure,
moment.
Donald.
Show
Looks like a
players.
monk.
There we go.
No, this is not weapons, right? This is fists.
yeah, you're not supposed to use
No weapons.
weapons.
Not supposed to, but what?
Caster. But
Oh God. Do, 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 do.
Unfortunate how many things did not switch over.
That is pretty unfortunate.
All right, well, I think this is going to be a much easier fight for you than I intended it to be.
Uh-oh.
All right,
Well,
so
we
now
can't
that
use
everybody
weapons,
has heard,
right? But we can use our body.
yeah,
Okay.
now that everybody has heard all of your entrance music, hopefully, um, and welcoming for the first time in the Alley Arena, a newcomer, up and coming from the great swamps on the other side of the world. A great grappler, Flamish, joining us for the first time. There may be a huge size difference between these great warriors, but I assure you, the spectacle is about. Roll initiative.
All of us?
No.
Oh, okay.
Oh shit. He has a good initiative roll. Plus 13. Holy
That's even better.
yeah. See, what determines initiative? Perception, right?
Unless, and okay, this is also, Eddie, I'm not sure whether or not you know this. Standard is perception. You can always roll dex instead. Almost never going to choose to do that, but I like dex for initiative anyways. And if you can give me a good reason why you should roll anything else, like stealth if you're hiding, um, then you can do that. But the standard is perception.
Hmm.
Kilima, what is your your initiative bonus and HP and AC?
So my initiative bonus would just be my dice, not my total.
Your bonus is your bonus, what you're adding to the die.
13.
Thank you. And what was your die?
14.
And AC?
26.
And HP?
141.
Wow.
I built him a certain way.
And you're at 8, right?
Yes.
Okay.
God, can you imagine if he had a shield?
Oh, that's fucking hilarious. Oh, wait,
He
never
has a,
mind. That was you.
he has a 15 in athletics. And could that be initiative? Because
Um, in some certain circumstances, yes. In this one, maybe if you had argued for that first.
that's fine. Okay. Kind of hard to. Well, I have to zoom way in. I was gonna say it's kind of hard to see like the. God, that my can you just like shrink my avatar down a little bit so I can see the hexes a little bit more?
Yes. In fact, you probably can.
How does one do that?
Pull up your character sheet and click on
Uh-huh.
token, or it might be currency token.
Click on token.
It'll be up on the top bar.
Token controls.
Yes, try that.
And then what?
Second tab, bottom, scroll all the way down. Should be some kind of token sizing thing. There'll be a slider bar.
I don't have that.
Okay, then I'll have to do it.
I have find my token, disable blood splat, toggle HP, measure, ping, select. I can change his elevation. Boy. Don't worry, we're going to bed here in a little while, bud.
Check 1, 2.
2-1.
Mic check 1, 2.
2-1. Check mic.
Mike, check your one.
Why
Then
is
you're
the
2.
sound not
Why are
coming?
we checking Mike again?
Yes, I had to.
Magic Mike?
Down and out.
Had to switch my headphones. My battery was going.
Journal. Yeah, no, I don't do that. I want to do this. So he's technically there. Okay.
Alrighty, so
I don't know why I did that. Let me take that out. Oh, will it not let me? Oh, yeah, there we go. Go. Sick. Yeah, there we go. So is he on top of me?
I need a fortitude save, please.
Absolutely. 28. When you roll a success on a fortitude save, you get a critical success instead because of my juggernaut.
Okay, good to know.
That's master of the fortitude.
All right, so the creature rushes over and it kind of does a massive turn and lashes out with its tail, touching you right across the midsection for 8 damage. And then it uses that momentum and carries its body around and leaps up and tries to grapple you. But thanks to the size difference, you're easily able to just kind of shake him off. He drops down and he's actually sharing the same space as you.
Gotcha. Okay.
You're up.
All right. So I don't have to move. That's great. I would like to rage.
All right.
And I now have 11 temporary hit points. So
I see that.
there goes that 8 back up. And then.
Oh, by the way, to the
13,
crowd, place your bets in character chat.
So I need to take off 8. So 9, 10, 11. So I'm at 133. Okay. There we go.
And any conversation you're having with Whiskey or Mike.
Okay. First. Well, that was my first action, was the rage. Second action would be I'm gonna try to stab him with my horns.
Okay. That is going to be an interesting looking attack to carry out.
24. Hit.
Alrighty, what else are you doing? And roll your damage.
Do we want me to roll my attacks first and then damage, or do you want me to do it as I go?
Roll your damage with that, and
Okay.
then do whatever you're going to do else.
11.
Alrighty.
And then do I want to do that? No, I don't. I'll wait on that. And then I will do a multi-attack penalty with a follow-up unarmed attack. So that one. And I miss. So I guess he rushes over. He's sharing the same space with me. So I'll just, we'll just call it a headbutt. Because he's trying to grapple me. So instead of grappling me, I just hold his arms and smash him in the head. And try to backhand him, but he ducks out of the way. And I just smile.
So as the creature hits the ground and kind of works to steady himself, you take the moment of him being slightly off balance to kind of kick your leg out and try and use the momentum of your falling body to gore him with your horn. And you manage to catch him pretty good, but not solidly, just like more than a glancing blow. You caught a purchase, but you didn't really get the force into him. You kind of just like carved a little bit off of the side as he kind of dodged out the way, and then you tried to follow that up, but you're just kind of little too off balance from trying to get your head that low to this small fucking creature. And so everything that you do after that, you just kind of flail around. You manage to keep your feet and not fall or anything stupid, but you're ineffective for that particular attack.
Do I have his height anywhere? I didn't put his height in there. Okay, I have to do that later. He's not tall by Minotaur standards.
But this thing is very short by Minotaur
Yeah.
standards.
He's on the shorter side of Minotaurs, but he's pretty quick for a Minotaur. want everyone to. I want to point out to
Oh.
everyone this entire time, no one's heard him speak at all.
No one's heard Flamish either.
Okay. Well, Bruni probably knows why. But
Maybe.
in
I don't know
in
what he's
character,
told her or not.
well, if she's a work buddy, she would know.
Probably, but that's up to you to have that conversation. So I
Yeah,
haven't. So
I would have to message her and let her know. I might have already told her. Have I told you?
also,
Nope,
you do
sure.
have
Okay.
the ability to set up rooms. You are Discord mod.
That's no big deal.
I also forgot to apply something on the last turn, but that's fine. Actually, do you have anything to make your rage give you immunity to any kind of conditions?
Let me see.
I don't believe so, because it probably wouldn't have let me just look.
I just deal extra damage. I take -1 AC. I gain the temporary hit points, and I can't concentrate. It's
Okay.
mainly just for the extra damage. Because it makes his unarmed attacks deal 2, and his melee weapon attacks deal an extra 2. I don't know if that applies to his horns, though. I think it does. Pretty.
Roll will.
Will save?
Yes, please.
27. It's also pretty good at those two.
Creature says, "Look at your big ass. You can barely even stand on your feet. What the fuck are you even doing here?" After his first attack, wildly misses you. And you just kind of chuff off the idle threat.
Tilt my head like a dog.
And the creature attempts to grapple you again. Roll a fort.
29.
And this time, he manages to get one of your arms bound up in a pretty good hold. And I assume you're not actually wearing the cape in the arena.
No.
So he kind of gets one arm up behind you, kind of crooked up from underneath, and he's got himself kind of on your back, holding that arm, and he's got his sticky ass, fucking almost like gecko-like feet, just kind of stuck onto your thighs, one on each, and his hands are the same, like one on the shoulder and one on your arm, keeping it all twisted up.
Okay.
Your turn.
And is he in a position where I can headbutt him?
No. Well, no, I guess, yeah, you could try and, like, with the back of your head, yeah. With your horns, no.
So can we do? So if I try to throw him off of me, what
Regular
roll would
unarmed
that be?
attack. Oh, if you,
Regular-
you could do acrobatics to try and escape by throwing them.
Yeah, that's why I'm asking what it would be. What about athletics?
Oh, yeah, that's what I meant, athletics, to throw them.
I'll try to-
Basically, when it comes to escaping, you can either acrobatics to squeeze out
Maneuver,
or
yeah.
escape, or athletics.
He's
to
not really
break
a
out.
squeezer outer.
Yeah, but you get what I'm going for.
Oh, well.
Nice, blow it up.
Yes, sir. How's a 50?
50 is a pretty darn good roll. You kind of manage to shake your shoulders enough to get him kind of swaying side to side, and then you kind of duck around and actually throw your weight into it, and he kind of ends up swinging around. All of his hands and one of his feet kind of stays stuck, but the one on your left thigh ends up breaking loose, and he kind of swings around to that side, and you just kind of continue the motion and kind of grab the arms and legs and kind of scoop them off, and you can actually feel the suction as they're just off of you, and then you just kind of in one motion continue and throw it and roll a performance check. Fuck it.
Performance check? Okay. Where is that? That one's. I'm actually pretty good because I'm a gladiator. 24.
You manage to actually throw him with some force. Roll an attack. Regular unarmed attack. Nice.
Critical hit.
Okay. Well, you're not doing that damage. However, you are going to throw him roughly to the floor about 15 feet away. And he kind of hits and skids for another 5 feet or so before he manages to kind of get his surroundings, stick himself to the floor, and kind of get set into a position. And give me 2d6. Add your strength mod.
Which is 5.
Blow it up.
21.
Nice.
Shit, that's
And
better
that
than my
is where we're gonna call it tonight.
Aw.
Cutscene. And maybe y'all will recall a certain role earlier. We see the last thing that a former party saw. We see Qualo just completely disintegrated into this massive human-sized pie. we see Brother Bonk unconscious in a wall of fire. We see Arcticus unconscious and Crackle zips off. We see
Zeagle.
Thank you. Totally spaced on the name. Sorry about that. We see Zeagle unconscious next to the wall of flame. We see Stasi floating in the air. And a bunch of kobolds filing in. You hear Brother Bonk's dying breath as the fire continues to incinerate the body. But the kobolds file in and address Stasi and say, This one's with us. And she just kind of tosses her head like, fine, whatever. I guess deal with the other one too then.
This one's with us. Like, who did they point at?
The one that was right next to them. They didn't come through the fire. The one who was in the doorway. Arcticus.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh. Nice.
I shall rules.
Cool. Interesting.
Dun,
Okay.
dun, dun.
And my mind's spacing. Damore has no idea who Shai Shao is.
No. And probably never will. Because
He's no longer here.
It's before my time.
Yep.
Well, no, Shai Shao is forever and always.
it's still very relevant.
That's one way to.
He could be your daddy. You don't know.
Alrighty, to the audience of players, thank you so very much for tuning in. To the audience that might actually be watching and not chatting, we appreciate you as well, but feel free to take part in the discussions next time. And until next time, keep rolling.